Kept home by Froling. The Hawks by 4 again. Turnover gives the JackJumpers life. 3 seconds to play. The shot goes up. It's retrieved now by Hamilton. He hits the 2, wasn't in time. Was that good? And the ball is still in the fingertips. So the Hawks are home, 92-90.
It's been a fascinating matchup all season long between the Illawarra Hawks and the Tasmania JackJumpers. As you just saw there, a couple of thrillers across this NBL26 season. And tonight is an enormous game for both teams. Tasmania have been riddled by injury in the past fortnight. And for Illawarra, their championship defence has never really got going, but there is still a sniff of postseason action. Great to have your company for Saturday night hoops here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. I'm Jack Heverin. 2 men who haven't been hit by the injury stick, but will hit you with the charisma stick as Leonard Copeland and Andrew Gay. It's great to see both of you. It's been fun when these two teams get together.
Well, it is, and 8-16, we never thought this was going to be the case with the Illawarra Hawks. They've dug themselves a huge hole. But given the circumstances that they still have a realistic prospect of sneaking into the top 6, and this is a double points game for them because you're talking about the 6th place team who they need to replace.
Copes, Mitsubishi Motors ladder somehow still has optimism for Illawarra because of Tasmania's injuries, which we'll get to in a moment. New Zealand stumbling again last night. There's a world where the Hawks can still get there.
Absolutely, Jack. If they come out and get this win, gives Tasmania 16 losses. They got some games in hand. Like, they started late this season, so only won 8 now. Win tonight, they are right there in the mix for the 6th place. New Zealand stumbled last night with injuries, so it's going to hurt them.
All teams get hit with injuries. It's what happens in professional sport, particularly in this league. But, Drew, for Tasmania, it's all happened in a quick run and it's all happened at the wrong time. Here's Will Magnay. Bryce Hamilton has announced today will miss the remainder of the season. Majuk Deng not playing tonight with concussion as well.
Wow, and they're all in that 4-5 spots. Majuk Deng perhaps can spend some time, or certainly not him with Hamilton, but the 2 significant ones where they don't have the depth is those big men with Will Magnay and Majuk Deng. So Bryce Hamilton's been a star in this competition. He's been able to create things off his own bat when their structure falls down. So he is going to be a huge out in this contest.
So for those who missed the pre-game show, Leonard Copeland, you had Illawarra's whiteboard, and Coach Justin Tatum, you said, here's what they need to do, and it all revolved around their big men. Absolutely.
You got to get them, pound that ball inside to the bigs, because you can't guard them both. You just don't have the size. Size matters. Look at these points. That's 30. That is 34 points right there for them, for those guys. You can't stop them both. I go it inside. You got to control the rebound, grab every ball off the glass, and push that tempo.
Which they do well. In rebound percentages, they're number 2 in the competition, so they do rebound well, which is going to be something that the JackJumpers need to focus on, but they don't get as many shots. The JackJumpers, they are controlling the tempo more than any other team in the competition, which can be frustrating when you're trying to get out and push the tempo. So how they deal with that and owning the glass for both these teams is going to be a key factor in the win.
It's another game in Tasmania. It's another sellout at MyState Bank Arena. As always, this place is absolutely packed to the gills. Ariana Prather is courtside for us this evening. Welcome to you.
Hey guys, it is definitely loud. Everyone is super into it. I even see someone with a wedding dress that just left their wedding and came straight to this game. So it's going to be an exciting one. But the question is, can the Illawarra Hawks still make a run and a push for the finals? Listen, I'm a glass half full type of gal. Never say never. I think it's going to be extremely, extremely hard. They will have to be perfect. But unfortunately, due to all the injuries from some of the teams, if they are able to take advantage of the missing pieces and step up and play to the level that we have seen them perform at spurts during the season, I think that they absolutely have a chance to still making it all the way, guys.
Ariana, it's a great point that you make about Illawarra's run home. We just saw it there. Copes with multiple games against Sydney and Adelaide and Melbourne as well. To me, if Illawarra don't win tonight, then whatever hope they've got is just about gone.
Absolutely, and they got to find a way to get their confidence back, Jack. They've lost 3 games in a row, and they've just squandered games away. Now, like Drew said, Tassie's going to come out and try to control the tempo. Illawarra have to be very aggressive and push that ball through.
Archie Woodhill coming into the starting lineup. Now, I'm sure Scott Roth at the start of the season, you had great hopes for all your players, but I don't think he had any sort of stratosphere that would be the case. And he's got his hands full. JaVale McGee, like we were talking about. Mason Peatling is that role player that'll bang the boards, and it's going to be an interesting one on the approach of the Illawarra Hawks. Do they just try and pound it down low the entire game and take advantage of it? We'll find out.
First career start for Archie Woodhill, up against a 3-time NBA champion. Good luck, young man.
He's a battler, though.
Yeah.
And he's determined. He's not going to be intimidated. He's going to go out there and play with great heart.
Mawali Bale's out there starting as well. QJ Peterson back in the lineup. Wasn't there at Hoops Fest because of illness.
And Nick Marshall is a guy that's had a fantastic season so far. I'm looking for him to score more points and play defense good.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. And he's established himself as a legitimate starter in this league.
David Johnson will have to pick up more of the scoring responsibility in the absence of Bryce Hamilton. That's a positive start.
Coming off a career high against the Kings, so he would be chock full of confidence.
Mason Peatling steps out and buries the three. He's had a good couple of weeks, Mason Peatling.
And he's been great ever since he stepped into the league. One of those guys that does all the little things great.
So is he. And that's not necessarily his strength. Low 30s from the three-point line, but he makes enough of them that you have to respect and spread the floor.
What kind of pass is that? I just gave you some props. I just said how good you're playing.
Well, there's certain things that if you're the JackJumpers with the lack of personnel tonight that you're going to live with, and that Mason Peatling three is something that I don't think he's going to have to make a whole lot more of those before Scott Roth changes, and they would be encouraged and encouraging here Mason to shoot as many threes as he likes.
Got a little pushy here. Kind of double team.
Peterson back to Peatling to repeat the dose. An O-board and a putback for JaVale McGee.
It's just too big. It's going to be hard to contain him. They might have to send a double, but if they got shooters on the outside, it could hurt Tassie.
Averaging 10 rebounds a game to go with his 20 points.
Yeah, good numbers.
He's put up some enormous numbers across this season.
Woodhill, though, on that circumstances, he's almost got to ignore the ball. Just go in there and just box out, let someone else get it. If it comes your way, try and deflect it, but just make sure McGee doesn't get it and get those second shots.
Since round 15, Nick Marshall has been 11 of 16 from long range, 68%.
Incredible.
Knocked down 4 against Sydney on Thursday night.
And you know the thing about now he's playing big minutes. He's not rushing or forcing threes. The reason he's got those numbers, he's just taking what the defense gives him. His priority is to get to the basket. Tremendous role player, and he's become one of the defensive stoppers. But Woodhill says, I can go and get some O-boards off a free throw.
Calm down, Druid. Calm down. It's only one.
That's great to see. He's thrown out of play. He doesn't look intimidated here, Archie Woodhill.
He doesn't. But, Jack, why are they trying to make that pass from top of the key, swing it to the box, to the wing, and throw it inside there?
Yeah, that's going to be an offensive foul. I think they're going to get it on Woodhill, trying to do a little too much. You're right. You're spot on, Coach. That was just an... There is a size advantage down low. As we take a look at the replay.
Just left the leg hanging out a little bit.
He's standing there, though,
It's in his playing. Gee, I don't know whether, like he was
Coach
there and
challenge.
established.
Coach is trying to challenge us.
So he was there and established. He hasn't moved, and then the defense runs into his leg. So it's, now the timing of this is going to be critical. On first look, it didn't look like Woodhill did a whole lot wrong.
Interesting early challenge from Scott Roth.
It's somewhat. Let's have a look here. Gee, it's hard to tell from that angle whether he. So he's established himself now. He gives him at least a step.
No. Does he just lean over slightly with that left leg?
If that's the case, then they've made the right call. Yeah, I can understand why Scott Roth would think this is challenge worthy.
And I guess
I think he, Jack, on that angle, I think his leg got pushed out with the contact, and it's a successful challenge. I like the call. Well done. Replay centre.
Well, and I guess on any other night too, Drew, you would be forgiven for thinking, why is Scott Roth using a challenge in the first quarter?
Yeah.
Respectfully, on a youngster in Archie Woodhill, but he needs his big guys out there tonight.
Well, that's true, and plus he was right there. He was a metre away, so he had a first-hand look and knew that Archie had established his feet.
So successful challenge. Tasmania retain theirs, and they lead by 5. You can see Illawarra's last 3 games have all been losses in the bottom portion of the screen, but extraordinarily, as we spoke about pre-game, still a chance to be there in the postseason. Tiger Campbell with his first points of the night in the mid-range.
He's gained plenty of confidence as the season's gone on. Can shoot it. Good IQ. Gets guys involved.
It's just such a presence, JaVale McGee. Saw him up close on Friday night in Perth at Hoops Fest. Wasn't calling the game, so just sat and had a good look at him. He's 7 foot. Yep. He's obviously a 3-time NBA champion. He's played a billion games of basketball. He's just when you see him up close like that, he operates at a different level. And for 37 to still move the way that he does.
And he's a gold medalist. He was a part of the Tokyo Olympics with Team USA. And you don't realise how big he is until you see him in real life. Yeah. Like, you look there and go, gee, he's big. It's even more impressive when you see him in real life.
Great pedigree as well. His mom played,
yeah,
I think.
His mom was a superstar.
Yeah.
It just does make you wonder, if Illawarra can get there and be a part of the play-in, with a guy like that, he could single-handedly win you a game. He's already got 3 rebounds. Look at the versatility to take the ball from one end to the other. Bales enables Peterson. Got it.
Yeah.
Scores time.
And that's what he can do. He's had some big games too. He's had a 40-point game already this season. He can light it up. And although the JackJumpers, they're second last in 3-point field goal attempts, and you just don't want them to, they see the size and that, you just don't want to fall in love with the 3-point line thinking, oh, well, we can't score around the rim.
Great defensive play from McGee. First the block, and then knocked it onto the leg of Bannon. Sixth versus 8th on the Mitsubishi Motors ladder. Tasmania have won 6 of their last 11, but have lost the last 2. Hugely important game for them.
Still got Harvey to come off the bench. You still got a couple of guys who started. Hickey to come off the bench. Still got Frawling to come off the bench.
Yeah, Frawling's the one. I cannot be more impressed at the impact that he's had since coming back from an Achilles injury.
It's an interesting lineup, this one, then. Justin Tatum's gone with.
Well, I'm surprised, really surprised at Harvey, and I know he hasn't had perhaps one of his better seasons, but surprised that he's now experimenting with him coming off the bench.
So in Perth, coach, sorry, there was Bales, Frawling, Harvey, McGee, and Swakala Bullock were their starters. So 2 changes to the starting lineup.
Well, you've lost 3 games in a row. Sometimes you change it up, but I'm sure you would have had that conversation with Harvey. Harvey's professional.
Instant offense. Tyler Harvey scores in his first 10 seconds.
Now, although he's not starting, I'll be surprised if Tyler Harvey doesn't play starter minutes.
Hawks have scored the last 7. It's knocked away from McGee.
That is the 3rd.
Terrible pass.
I can't take it. I can't take it, Drew. I can't take it.
No, it's the turnovers has been a problem for the Hawks all season. And that was rushed. You've got a size advantage. You don't need to rush that pass into McGee. And maybe not getting on the big bird and going to Perth. has just comes in well rested, Peterson.
You've seen the work he can do. He's got a scorer's mentality.
2-2 from deep. So does this guy, David Johnson. We saw it in the season opener against Melbourne. His scoring prowess has been injured for the bulk of the season, but is back and buries it.
Is it fair to say shooting is up this year? Three-pointers are up? Because we watched the game the other night, and just for the last month and a half, everybody's knocking down threes.
Well, on the Amy replay, you see it right there. And I think as the season's rolled on, the start of the season, the first 3 or 4 rounds, the three-point percentages were putrid.
And everyone panicked, didn't they?
Putrid.
Yep.
But as we said at the time, that these things usually, the stats usually work themselves out. There's too much talent in this league for them not to come back to where we normally expect.
Thank you. Just having an amendment to QJ Peterson's corner 3.
Oh.
Going to be downgraded to a 2, foot on the line. Blanchfield out there as well, was very good last Friday. Peterson has been aggressive. Look at Froling though, too big. Misses a golden opportunity.
Great hustle, though. Great hustle. Ooh, I thought that was Taz's ball. Yeah, it is. Great hustle.
Earlier tonight, Southeast Melbourne 118 defeated the Cairns Taipans 91 at the State Basketball Centre in front of a sold-out crowd there. Phoenix scored 102 points after quarter time in that game.
Oh, they put up some numbers recently, haven't they?
They are a genuine championship threat with the way they're playing.
Will Hickey out there. Sam Froling, as we mentioned. Tyler Harvey. Todd Blanchfield. Dan Greeter. That's the 5 on the floor for the Hawks. Greeter's another that will come in with immediate impact, but that comes undone.
Yeah, he's been one of the perfect role players coming off the bench because he brings energy, he changes the game, he's up and in on the defense. Now he starts with a turnover there, but he has had some significant input into the Hawks this season.
Bannon backs in on Froling. Got to that left hand. He's the only player, Dan Greeter, Gazy, on the Illawarra lineup with a positive plus-minus for the season.
What is everybody doing here?
Well, this is not, for the Illawarra Hawks, unfortunately, this is symbolic of what they've had to deal with all season. And the turnovers, they lead the league in turnovers. And just forcing the issue. And sometimes, like, it's just the ball handling skills.
But this is a team with 4 or 5 really good three-point shooters. When you're trying to, when someone drives and kicks, why drive back into the defense? Take the shot. You got big guys on the glass. They're overreaching you.
Tick down to 3 minutes to play. Quarter number 1, Saturday Night Hoops at MyState Bank Arena. Look at that strong board from Dan Greeter. And he runs the floor with a full head of steam and lays it up.
That's great. Great play.
Weren't sure about what role Riley Hayward was going to play. Well, he's given him an opportunity early. Get some minutes in this first quarter. Ben Hare's another one that can go off. He can go off big time.
As you would know. He cracked you in NBL1.
Sure did.
All right.
Hickey and 1. If you blink, you'll miss a bucket. The way things are going at the moment. Ariana Prey, the courtside.
Guys, I'm not sure if the Illawarra Hawks want to get into a bucket-for-bucket battle with the JackJumpers, but when I spoke to Coach Tatum before the game, he said a problem that his team has been working on is just focusing and putting together some good practices. So to me, that lets me know if there's something off with the chemistry or something off just with the focus of the group if they're worried about getting good practices in this late in the season. But you guys mentioned it. They've changed the starting lineup. They've tried to switch some things around. What do you do as a coach to try to get your team back on the same page? They should be dominating with the advantage they have inside, but just silly turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see second chance points goes the way of the JackJumpers on that one. But yeah, you got to get a feel for your team, the chemistry, and identifying, well, what are the problems? Losing sometimes makes it hard to get that confidence back, as we see a lucky tip in. But coming off a championship, there's always things that you can look back on that are really positive that you can draw on and say, hey, remember this feeling. Remember what we did here. Let's try and get back to that. But you sort of got to be internal to know whether that season is going to be retrievable.
I guess in a way, Drew, they started their title defence 2-6.
Yeah.
And they've really been playing a game of catch-up
100%.
ever since. They've had some glimpses, Copes, where they've strung together 2 or 3, and you can start to see it. But I guess it just shows, even though it's a long season, if you start the way they did, you're forever trying to spend your petrol tickets to catch up.
Absolutely, and they lost, look, without making any excuses, they lost some quality players last year. Dan Days, what's the guard?
Trey Kell, Lockie Albrecht.
Yeah, Lockie Albrecht. And Frawling gets hurt, so they lost. Yeah, they lost some real talent last year. And they're one of the teams that had 2 teams. You could play your second 5 just as long as you played your first 5.
Yeah, they've had to retool. And I think with your point that you're making, Jack, when you give teams a head start, it's really difficult. But I think that's where you look at what the Sydney Kings have been able to do. They got behind the 8 ball. They might have been 3 games below 500 at one stage. And then we're able to turn it on and get it going. So you give them credit for that.
Froling with his back to the basket. Shot clock down to 7. When he gets to that spot, he's so hard to stop.
Unstoppable. Yes, he is.
And defensively, you can't let him catch it there. You're better off getting beaten on lobs than just playing behind and hoping that you're going to be able to guard him in a one-on-one situation. They just don't have the size.
Reader reaching in, whistled for a foul.
So they throw it in there. They don't send a double team, and that's just...
They send it, but it's too late.
Yeah, as courageous as Woodhill is and as aggressive as he can be, now they probably have a rule that, well, you don't double until he gets 2 feet in the paint. Because, like you said, the double team, but that's too late. I think you just got to go. If he's anywhere a metre outside the paint, you just got to go early and try and get the ball out of his hands.
Drimmick never hesitates. Career 300 for 3-point makes.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful milestone for Anthony Drimmick, who's been such a great servant of this league for a long time. Hawks get another look at it. Hickey dropped it off for Froling. And it's Illawarra back in front. Round 2, it was Tasmania, 91-86 winners in Illawarra. They spoiled the banner unfurling that night. And a few weeks ago, round 15, we saw it off the top. Illawarra winning in a thriller at the Wynn Entertainment Centre. Drimmick with back-to-back buckets for Tasmania.
Coming out feeling it.
Well, it is, and gee, on both the 3 and on that one there, the level of intensity in there, really to guard him was suboptimal.
I was going to ask you, do you think Illawarra had dropped off defensively?
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Both ends, offensively and defensively. Great pass, pick and roll, 2-man game.
Harvey finds Froling, and Illawarra find a bucket on the quarter-time siren. This is a good start to Saturday Night Hoops. It's the Hawks 27, the JackJumpers 26, here in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
Welcome back to My State Bank Arena. I was listening into head coach Justin Tatum, and he was telling his team, we need to rebound, we need to execute, and we have to take care of the ball. I think if there was one theme during that first quarter that the Hawks have gotten wrong is that they keep trying to get it inside the paint, but they're just not able to get it into their big man. For some reason, they keep turning the ball over. That, guys, is going to be key to this second quarter. Feed the big men and stop that three-point ball from Tasmania.
Ariana, you are 100% right. We've been talking about it earlier. It's the feed. You're trying to feed it in too quickly. Just swing it around and give it. There you go. Now cut. Watch the big man do his thing.
Double comes, which means that there's an open man. And that's not the man you want open.
Wow.
And a chance for a full-point play, too. Little overzealous by Riley Hayward, the rookie. And there is a long closeout. He had to go from one corner all the way to the other. Lands right in his landing space. Easy call for the official. And a four-point play, potential four-point play.
What a scorer this guy is. 15.8 points a game, shooting the three ball at 37%. He's 90% for the season from the free throw line.
Matty Campbell, when he first came, we did a game and I was talking to him and he said, oh no, and he's got some super bounce as well. Now, we haven't seen that too much this season, but apparently he's got the opportunity. He can play above the rim as well.
Are they sneaky hops?
Well, they'd have to be sneaky because they're that sneaky. They've been very well hidden.
They're covert.
Yeah, but no, but Matty said that if he gets in traffic, he can explode.
2 fouls on Peterson now.
They haven't been bad on the boards, though, already in that first quarter, which the alarm bells will be ringing for the JackJumpers, that the Hawks had 5 offensive rebounds in the first quarter, and they won the rebound count by 3. So they're ticking that box somewhat.
This D from Bales making life difficult for Campbell. That didn't hit the rim. Drimmick was smart enough to turn around.
He's on fire.
He's got 10 points, Anthony Drimmick. How's this for punch off the bench?
Well, what a luxury to have an experienced guy like that. And you've got someone like Hamilton out of the game. He's filling that void nicely.
Knocked away from McGee by Johnson. Scores tied at 31. Johnson in rhythm.
Beautiful stroke.
Paul McGee's come up holding his back.
It's a little late to arrive, but he takes the bump. I'm interested to know as well, Ariana Prater mentioned this pre-game, and maybe she might have to go and do a little bit of investigating, Coach, but she told us that there's someone here tonight at My State Bank Arena in a wedding dress.
Oh.
Wow, we saw a proposal in Who's Best.
Yeah, there's a massive difference in a proposal and your wedding night.
Just
watching the game, bro.
Just take care of it. You go, get married, go to the game, and then
as a husband,
so you're talking like ceremony 5:30, tip-off 7:30 sort of stuff.
I like the commitment to the Jackies.
You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Me and my wife, hey, bros, we'll watch the game on telly tomorrow.
Here they are. That looks to me like a couple who earlier today said, I do.
Tied the knot.
Well, you better... No, I won't say that.
There's a bit going at the reception if that's already kicked off.
I want to know.
Where's the...
We need to know more about this. Blocked away by Greta.
Good weak side help. And the penetration. They lead the league in blocks, the Illawarra Hawks, and this is why. Good split line help. Greta appreciating some of his own work. Oh, he was open. Drimmick down the middle.
Bannon from deep. As Drewy said earlier, not normally Josh Bannon's game. Can knock it down on occasion. It was the Hawks by 1 at quarter time. They lead by 2 currently. Saturday night hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL. McGee knocks it back out and they can reset. Fresh 14 to work with. That is nice from Peterson.
He's feeling it.
Timeout Tasmania. This guy's a scorer.
This is why they brought him in, Drew. He's a scorer. He can get it done.
11 points already in this one, 4 of 8.
35-31 in the Tangerine timeout. QJ Peterson, the game's leading scorer, has 11 points on 4 of 8. Now, we mentioned that there's a married couple. We think they're a married couple. They're certainly dressed like one. Ariana's got more info.
That's right. I'm here with Brody and Sammy. They just got married today, just hours earlier. First, congratulations, you guys. How beautiful was the wedding?
It was a beautiful day. We're glad to celebrate it with friends and family. So, yeah, quite happy with how it went. Yeah.
Well, you guys are obviously huge JackJumpers fans to be here. What amazing wedding dress. How long have you guys been JackJumpers fans?
A while. Like, as soon as they became a thing, we were onto it.
So who made the decision, I don't care if we just said our vows, we have to be at this game?
Definitely, man. It had to happen. Perfect timing for our wedding to come straight here. So we're very happy about how it all played out.
And what a lovely wife you had. She said, you know what, babe, I'll be here in my wedding dress.
Sure thing.
Well, congratulations to you two and wishing you guys a lifetime full of love and happiness.
Thank you so much.
Well done to the very happy bride and groom, and for the groom who made the decision to come to the game tonight, that'll probably be the last decision he ever makes.
Well, he got the appropriate response, Jack. So I know even if I even suggested it, asked, is there any world where you could see we could go straight for our wedding to the basketball?
Well,
it's over.
she's a very understanding wife. Let me just say that, but
Yes.
Yeah, but that's because Melinda didn't want to watch you play. She was sick of watching you play by then.
Gee.
So now it's another game. Congratulations to the happy couple. Say this often, it's the home of romance, the NBL.
Man, a few things we'd like to say. That's probably not. You don't want to put the Moz, the commentator's curse on it.
Stick around for postgame. We'll be on late enough by then that we could probably say a few extra things. 35-31. McGee found the cutting Dan Greeter. That is beautiful offense from Illawarra.
great pass by McGee, dropping it off. Greeter's come in and just made a difference on both ends of the floor. He's rebounding the ball well. He's scoring.
Yeah, if they're going to send that double to McGee, they've got to have a lot of ball pressure because someone's going to be open, and with his size, it's tough to stop him from finding it.
Bannon underneath. 7 points for Josh Bannon. He's played almost every minute of this game tonight, and he's going to need to. QJ Peterson.
He's feeling it.
Buries 3 more. He is feeling it.
He is. He's a dangerous proposition when he's in this frame of mind.
And for you to wear number 77 as a small guard, you got to have confidence anyway. You got to have some kind of confidence.
I don't see a lot of guys wearing 77, do you?
The other thing that'd be concerning the JackJumpers right now, they hold teams into the low 80s. And right now, this pace and the scoring of the Illawarra Hawks would be a concern.
Just to back that up as well, Drew, they are absolute stone motherless last, the JackJumpers, for pace.
Yeah.
They like it played on their terms. They almost walk the ball up the floor. Illawarra feels like they've almost kind of seduced them into playing the way that Illawarra want to play.
Yeah, that's hard to do because you're not controlling the boards. When you control the boards, it's easy to slow that ball down and do it your way. But
yeah,
right now, Illawarra going to the glass, getting offensive rebounds. So
it's Pride Round here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. It's back for another season. As we as a league continue our commitment to inclusion and celebrating diversity across basketball and united by the one message, and that is that everyone belongs in this game. To get involved, scan the QR code on screen for your chance to win a Pride Round jersey and be a part of celebrating inclusion across the league.
Beautiful. The other thing too, though, you shouldn't get too, like, pace of play, I think, can sometimes be grossly overrated. The JackJumpers won the title and were the last in pace of play as Toddy Blanchfield wide open, and he's good enough to knock it down.
So you're saying pace of play, that stat, the Amy replay, doesn't matter as much if it works for you. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. And it comes down to the quality of shot you're doing and the process you go through to get that
and
shot.
Controlling the boards.
And it helps you defensively. If you're shooting it in that last six seconds of a shot clock, generally you've gone through a process to get your people in spots where you can rebound and also helping with your defensive transition. Not always, but it can be helpful. So that helps them down the other end as well. But I think we get caught up in pace of play because it's a style that the NBA like, because it's what they do. They're pushing it. And if we're trying to have our league be transferable and your performances here being transferable to the NBA, then I guess that having a game that's high pace would replicate that a little bit more. Davo Hickey, and it's timeout. It's just starting to get a little bit easy for the Illawarra Hawks.
Tangerine timeout. Offensively, the Hawks have cracked the code a little bit with Tasmania, which is not an easy thing to do.
They have. They're moving that ball around. Peterson's on fire. Hickey's coming in doing his thing.
It's a lot easier to do, Jack, when Bryce Hamilton, Will Magnay and Majuk Deng are not running around in a JackJumpers jerseys.
It's a fair point that you make. Feb 22, Ignite Cup final. Big game, bigger stakes. $400,000 up for grabs. And a little birdie tells me that Leonard Copeland might be in the house for that one.
Is that right?
Which means that after Cavill Avenue, maybe in for a rude awakening.
When is that birdie going to send that little information to me so I can put my bag?
Is that birdie saying
you won't need bags?
and let's be honest, Coach has been dominating the little couch arrangement that they do. So is that going to be another, like, the whole team going up?
I'm not sure. I've just some information came across my desk that
well, the boys have done a terrific
boys
job.
might be there, which as they should be as well. It's been a lot of fun, the Ignite Cup. Scan that QR code that was on the screen. You can be there for the final. New initiative from the NBL this year. And you think about a team like New Zealand, it's totally kept their season front of mind for them at all times, particularly when they play on a Wednesday.
And they said it too. They came out and said, we're chasing the dollars. We want it. There's nothing shameful about that. You want a little extra money in your back pocket? Come out and play harder.
You got to put some food on the table.
Absolutely.
Ariana, you were listening to the JackJumpers.
That's right. I was listening in to Scott Roth, and he pointed at Ben Ayers specifically and asked him to be more aggressive offensively. So I'm not sure if he wants him to get the ball and try to play make more, or if he wants to try to see just better shots from him. That's definitely not what he drew up in the huddle from that shot from Tiger Campbell. He also said on defense, they're just throwing the ball right over our heads, and they have to get their hands up. So those threes, like QJ Peterson just knocked down, doesn't happen again.
Somebody needs to find QJ Peterson, Coach, really quick.
In a hurry, because he's feeling it.
17 points now, 4 of 7 from deep.
I can see a 40-piece coming in here.
Well, he's already, like I said, he's already dropped 40 in a season, and he's... Oh, my, this is really concerning now for the JackJumpers.
This is unlike Tasmania.
There is no punch in their defense.
Hawks are meticulously picking them apart. Tiger Campbell gets himself to the free throw line, and it'll be 3 fouls now, Coach. Yeah,
that's the only thing that'll slow him down, Jack, right there. Come on over here, brother. Sit on down next to me now.
Peterson wants a...
I'm telling you, please, Coach.
He wants a review.
Begging for it.
Trying to get my 40-piece up in here.
I think he's won him over.
Oh, it's too late
now. tell you, there's not too many more people under more pressure than the video analysis guys of every team these days.
No, Sydney Kings, boy. Brian Gorge is my man. But Brian ain't holding back, son. That's the most entertaining part of the Sydney Kings to me. Brian Gorge is looking at that, and a young kid, too. He must be intimidated. I feel sorry for him. I'm sure Brian's taking him to dinner, taking him out or whatever, you know. But my man is struggling.
They're scoring at will here, Illawarra. They've got 52 points in less than a half of basketball.
Yeah, and they're doing it in both ways. They're getting into the paint off the bounce. They're throwing it inside like that time to Froling, and they're knocking down threes. No real physicality and determination on the defensive end by the JackJumpers.
Johnny Narkle comes in. Froling misses the extra. Stoddart, Johnson, Marshall, Campbell, Bannon out there for Tasmania. Harvey, Hickey, Froling, Blanchfield, and Narkle for the Hawks, who enjoy a 15-point advantage, which is cut back by 2.
And Joy, you spoke about tempo, but when you get down by too many, you got to pick that tempo up to get it back.
It's hard playing catch-up when you play at a slow tempo, because your own instincts, you want to get it back quickly. You want to get it competitive quickly. But they've been in this situation many times, the JackJumpers, and they are able to make adjustments on the fly. So do not write off the JackJumpers.
As you just wrote them off.
No, I was just showing that they're concerned. I didn't write them off. I'd never write them off, because they've proven time and time again they can find a way.
Nick Marshall in some sort of shooting form. Timeout, Illawarra. Let's take a listen to championship coach Scott Roth.
Do not help.
Back out.
He's got a little issue with his mic at the moment, so we might try and jump back in there in the second half.
Well, clearly, I only needed to hear the first part of it. They're sending help from the wrong places, and that's why they're slicing and dicing him, and he's just got to get he'd be focusing it on the defensive rules, particularly on the weak side. When you're sending double teams, well, where your closeout's going to be, which person is the one that's going to be guarding 2, how are we dealing with those cutters?
I was listening into Illawarra.
That would be the focus. Sounds like Ariana wants to join in the conversation.
I think she was having a little listen to the Illawarra Hawks. Justin Tatum called that timeout. Ariana, what did he have to say?
That's right. The only thing that he said was a play that he drew up. He's still looking to get the ball inside. It's just funny to me because, you know, back in my day, when I used to play a little bit of basketball, you had to throw the ball inside the paint. There had to be a paint touch before anybody else could shoot it. But now we're in 2026, so I don't know, guys. What do I know about the game of basketball anymore?
You're right, Ariana. It's good to throw it inside. Have a look.
Well, Coach Tatum mentioned it before the game in your interview. He wanted touches either by the penetration or the low post because of the size advantage. So this day and age, it's still part of the game, but they allow the early 3-ball a lot earlier than
around the world, though. Everybody.
Correct.
Yeah. Since Steph Curry stepped into the scene.
Yeah. he's
changed. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Some burgers would be nice for Tasmanian fans.
I need to talk to Jack Cowan because there's a little Korean chicken number they put together. Oh, just one week, maybe substitute the cheeseburger for the little Korean chicken number. But no, cheeseburgers for Tasmania.
Code word is physical. Get in there and check it out. Flame grilled goodness, courtesy of Hungry Jacks. And courtesy of Sam Froling. Game just changing slightly as we head towards halftime. Tasmania making a run at things. Got it back to 10. Great finish from Hickey.
He's been up and down. I mean, although he was injured for most of the beginning of the season, he came in at one stage and was back to his original self, but I think he got hurt again. Slowly finding his feet because we know what he can do when he's healthy.
That's more the JackJumpers we come to expect, the way in which they prepared to make the extra pass on the offensive end.
Harvey tucked away in the corner, off balance. Hasn't been able to work his way into this game. Tyler Harvey, 0 of 3 from long range. A score here for Tasmania. And they edge inside single figures. They haven't been this close for a while. Bannon and Froling, what a matchup of two locals going to work.
Yeah, that looked good. They just leave him one-on-one. And Bannon just crafty, the way in which he can reach around the height of Froling.
Points for Josh Bannon. Harvey finds a way through.
It's always good to get those 2 points before halftime if you're struggling.
He wanted a foul, and he probably had a case as Bannon scores from underneath. A little bit of precipitation on the floor.
And this is where the Illawarra, the JackJumpers had that timeout. And it's almost like, well, Illawarra have gotten to this cruise control mode now. We're all right, we've got a double-digit lead. And they've paid the price. The last 3 possessions been easy buckets for the JackJumpers.
Josh Bannon not happy with a bit of
vomit. Yep.
extra water, or might even be a little bit more than that on the floor.
Stepped in it.
Given they put the gloves on, it might be a bit of blood that they're dealing with.
Been told in my ears, Drew, that it might be a little bit of vomit, perhaps.
Oh. Yeah, so I had 2 defenders, and I had Tyler try to go through the gap between
You don't
the
see
2
that every day.
defenders.
No, you
I
don't.
don't see either of the defenders move anything. He said you've got
Maybe on a Monday night at a local stadium somewhere.
Well, it's not sort of at the intensity that we're seeing, that where someone is pushing themselves to the limits where you think they'd have a little up and under. But, oh well, someone might have a bug.
We'll get that checked out. Earlier tonight, Southeast Melbourne winners, 118-91 over the Cairns Taipans, and tomorrow is a monumental day for all 4 teams involved in Sunday Hoops. Drew and I will be there tomorrow in Sydney for the Kings and the 36ers. A whale of a game at Kudos Bank Arena.
Can't wait for that.
And then straight after that, we go head west, the Perth Wildcats and Melbourne United in Chris Golding's 500th game.
Well, in that Phoenix game, it was, again, lights-out shooting by the Phoenix. They started slowly. They were down double digits against the Taipans, but then they got it going, and for the first time ever in the 40-minute game, 3 players from the same team have made 5 threes.
Wow.
Awundu, Glover and Clark, all incredible percentages. 5 of 9 for Wes Awundu, and Angus Glover 5 of 8, and Ian Clark 5 of 8. Outstanding shooting.
I just mentioned, has the shooting gotten better? I don't know what it is, but it just seems like teams are lighting it up these days.
Well, certainly for Phoenix, they lead they have for a big chunk of the season. They've led the league in 3-point attempts, but also, more importantly, right up there the whole season, pretty much in the top 2 or 3 in 3-point percentages.
You go back to earlier in that game, Cairns led 20-6 at one stage in that game. Southeast Melbourne hit 21 threes at the end of the night. And the Taipans, well, it was the 3rd quarter where it really fell apart for the Snakes. They were outscored 32-15. And much like Thursday that we saw with the Wildcats coach, we did that game. All of the good work that they did in the first half, Cairns, was undone by that 3rd quarter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it was, oh, there they go, they're still happy.
Still married.
Still going. They're probably a bit disappointed that the Jackies have given up 56 points. As you look at the ladder, you wouldn't have thought that 9 and 16 and you'd still be in the hunt for the top 6, but such has been the unusual nature of this season that very much in the hunt.
Do you write something into the vows about going to JackJumpers games, or?
Well, I think that we've seen enough evidence here that there is a commitment to the JackJumpers that we respect.
Well, maybe there's a future married couple. Just seeing how it's all played out tonight.
Times have changed. I don't know.
You know, we looked at that ladder, and I know that it's a really tough set of circumstances that the Jack Jumpers are going through, but don't put a line through them not being able to hang on to that 6th spot either.
Well, Joey, when you've lost Magne, and well, Ding may be back next game or so, but Hamilton, your top 2 players, that's 38 points and 17 rebounds you have to replace.
No, it's difficult, but Scott Ross seems to be able to craft a way to remain competitive. And on top of this, don't forget at the start of the season, they were banging on Sean McDonald being a part of it. So they've had to make ongoing changes to their roles, sometimes to their personnel, in order to keep competitive this season.
The next few games are, well, there's no such thing as an easy game in this competition. We always say that, but next round they travel to Cairns, and then they host New Zealand. Round 20 they host Brisbane. So then they finish with South East Melbourne and Illawarra. They've played a couple more games than some of the other teams, the Tasmania Jack Jumpers. So out of that last 5, if they can squeak out 3, maybe even 2, might just be enough.
Yeah, and that is, like you say, there's no easy games, but that is a favourable draw coming home.
As compared to the Hawks, they played Sydney a couple of times, I think they got. They got Tassie again.
Anywhere in particular?
They play Perth. They go to Sydney. You know, they got some. Melbourne United. They got some tough matches. So they got to string something together now.
Well, next round, they play Brisbane on Monday. This Monday, the Illawarra Hawks. Then after that, round 19 is absolutely the last chance saloon for the Illawarra Hawks. They play the Sydney Kings at Kudos Bank Arena, and then they play Perth.
Wow. That is
and then they got Adelaide after that in round 20. So they've just got to keep winning. It's a pretty simple equation when you boil it down like that. Just win. They lead by 10 here at MyState Bank Arena. Half-time is approaching. McGee takes care of the rebound.
That's a small thing. Trimmick was wide open in the left-hand corner, and he's been white hot. When a guy's shooting like that, you've got to be sure they find a way to get him the ball.
Greener with his head down to the cup. McGee on the buzzer! Emphatic finish to the first half for the Illawarra Hawks, who lead by 12 in a must-win game. They have had the better of the Jack Jumpers in this first half.
That's a big play. Big dunk going into the half.
60 points, Copes. That's when you're undermanned, that's too many. And you're trying to mention it, but way to find a winning score. You're not going to do that if you give up 60 points in a half of basketball. And they're doing it at a really good clip. 61% for the Illawarra Hawks, and plays like that last one, a high percentage.
Let's get over to Ariana courtside.
That's right, I'm here with the star from the first half, QJ Peterson. 17 points, 4 of 7 from deep. How were you able to effectively find your sweet spot and break down the defense?
Really, my teammates believing in me. They're setting great screens out there, and they're looking for the next one, and it's just my job to be efficient and knock the shots down when I got them.
What has been working defensively to get you guys this double-point lead at halftime?
Really just holding them to one shot, not over-helping. And then getting on the glass and then taking smart shots on the other end. So really it's just a collective effort on the defensive end to hold them to one shot and get out and run.
Thank you, QJ.
Yep, thank you.
You heard it from the star of the first half, 17 points. Wow, we'll talk about how he got it done after this short break.
Illawarra Hawks just simply need to keep winning to keep their post-season hopes alive in their championship defence. Well, the first half has certainly put them in a winning position at MyState Bank Arena. They lead the JackJumpers 60-48 at the main break off the back of a 33-point second quarter.
Absolutely, Jack. And you said, and Drew said it's 60 points. It's just a little bit too much for Roth. And the way they shot the ball is 60%. They did, played great basketball. And Drew, three-pointers. Yeah. They've done the right thing. They've rebounded the ball well.
Yeah, you look at the Jackies, they'll look at the numbers. They're shooting at 48%, 38% from the threes. They're getting beat on the boards, which is a big issue for them, particularly on the O boards where they've given up 7. But you never like to go into the second half where you've got to create history to win. And in the 5 seasons that the JackJumpers have been in the competition, they've never come back after giving up 56 points or more in the first half. So. Wow. They've got some heavy lifting to do in the second half, and it starts with the defence because, like, Coach, the numbers, it's not terrible. They've only got 2 turnovers. They're shooting a ball quite well, just can't get stops.
He was tapping away on his computer at half-time. Now we know why. He was just coming up with some of those.
The new stat man over here.
Actually, it was the Mr. Statman.
There you go. QJ Peterson had a great first half. Didn't play last week in Hoops Fest in the West because of illness. As soon as he arrived with this team, Coach, midway through the season, we were told that if he gets hot, look out. And right now, he is red hot.
He is. Look, we've seen him drop a 40-piece, Jack, so we know he can shoot it. But he's a confident shooter, and he got going straight away, knocking down threes. He gets to the basket. He makes the right pass. So when you get him the ball, he will put the ball in the basket.
And what we're seeing here, there's a pick and roll, but the separation he was able to get out of that on-ball screen, that's not tight enough. He's not forced to be uncomfortable. He's playing at his pace. He can get to the rim, and he's crafty off the dribble, but he's got choices going left and right. And it's just been way too easy. They need to try and be much more physical with him to get him out of his rhythm, because right now he's seeing it like a hula hoop and he can get to any spot on the floor that he wants to.
It was one of the biggest talking points coming into tonight, Copes, was with the injuries to Tasmania, no Will Magnay, no Majuk Deng. Would the Illawarra Bigs feast? Well, they haven't quite feasted, but they're certainly starting to get the palate going.
Absolutely. You get that ball inside to them, they both can score the rock, rebounds, and they're unselfish. They'll get it inside. If the double team is there, they'll kick it out. But again, when you're worried about these 2 big guys, and then you have to worry about Peterson on the outside, you got a long road, Joey. A long road.
Yeah, that's right. And they haven't really done a great job of finding those guys. Yeah, they've been doing well, but there's been some sloppy passes trying to make those entry passes into the bigs down low. So they've got some challenges and some problems that they've got to solve in this halftime break. And for whatever reason, just it's not the typical JackJumpers we see. Now, I know, and I mentioned earlier that the personnel's not quite there. But still, that we haven't seen that real fight in them yet. But
Are you counting them out?
We know they're capable of changing it, but like I said, they're going to have to create history to do it.
Sunday is going to be a massive day. We spoke about it a little bit earlier. Here is what to come. First up, the Sydney Kings with Xavier Cooks returning to the lineup tomorrow, taking on the Adelaide 36ers, who survived a genuine heart attack on Friday night in New Zealand. It took that man to get them over the line, Bryce Cotton, and Adelaide to record another victory. Then straight after that, the Perth Wildcats and Melbourne United. It'll be Chris Goulding in a milestone game. 500 NBL games he will celebrate. But this Wildcats team at the moment, they're rolling.
They are rolling, playing good basketball, and Melbourne United have found their feet as well. This is a Sunday. I'll be sitting on the couch watching every game.
Now, looking forward to it. The 2 front runners for MVP candidates are going at it. That's always a lot of fun to watch those 2 guys do their thing.
60-48 at the main break. It's the Hawks in control at MyState Bank Arena. This is round 18 action. It's Pride Round here in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
It's time for a second half action here at My State Bank Arena. The Illawarra Hawks with a hefty lead. We'll see if the Tasmania JackJumpers will be able to claw their way back into this ball game. But look out for Tiger Campbell. Usually wears number 12, is now rocking the number 74 jersey. I'm told by the trainers of the JackJumpers there's just a little bit of blood on his jersey. So look out for number 74, guys. Tiger Campbell.
Great work by you, Ariana. Across everything, there is Tiger Campbell wearing the different jersey for the second half. What needs to change for Tasmania? What was missing in that second quarter?
Well, for me, it's easy. I think it's just a complete refocusing on what you need to do on the defensive end. And I know that the depth is not quite there with all the guys missing, but if you can't play with that level of intensity and be more disruptive, Illawarra just got too much firepower, particularly down low with the size advantage, in order for the JackJumpers to compete.
And they've done a good job on everyone but Peterson. If you slow Peterson down just a little bit, you're in this game. I mean, 17 points is a little bit too many for a guy and a half.
Yeah. And Frolling's the other one. Frolling's got the 10 points, a really efficient 5 of 8, and McGee with the 8. They've been a target and a productive one at that. Hickey's gone about his thing. He's a perfect 4-4 with 9 points as well. So they've got a number of problems that they need to solve.
And the other one for Illawarra, 16 assists on 24 makes.
That's good.
That's team basketball.
Dan Greeder and Will Hickey watching on. He's ditched the glasses, the protective glasses that he's worn for most of the season. He started with them when he came into the game tonight, but after a minute or two, got rid of them. I think I saw Big Joe sitting next to them wearing the glasses. What do you need those glasses for, Joe? Oh, here's the lob. It's picked off by Johnson, who saw it coming.
Just too far out.
What are they thinking? How do you...
Well, the pass was on, but he's trying to make that pass from way too far out. Dribble in, penetrate, and then throw it to him.
That's 2 or 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
Trying to make a pass. That's too far out.
JackJumpers with the first score of the quarter. David Johnson with 7 points. Need more from him. Archie Woodhill has no way of stopping the force that is JaVale McGee.
And that's more like it. Pass, swing it, drop it down, let him do his thing.
And twice they try to go to McGee, so they're certainly prioritising him.
Johnson stepping back, that's good.
We've said it all season that is a beautiful stroke. He's fundamentally sound with his shooting technique.
6 of 14 from long range.
And I like the fact they go back to the exact same play, an upstream.
Peatland comes up with it. The Hawks get a second look at things. The #1 rebounding team in the competition. They average 45 boards a game. That was interesting from McGee, but it worked.
Yeah, it looked awkward, but effective.
You've got to understand, he's been around forever and a day. He's probably seen every shot ever made, so.
12 and 6, his contribution this evening. Still allows Bannon a little bit of space to pull up. Bannon obliges.
Well, right there has been one of the problems that he's had all season is guarding guys that put the ball on the floor. And that time, it's very easy by Josh Bannon. Simple step back.
Now he wants to become Isaiah Thomas. Shoot the ball, man.
Come on.
Marshall pulls the trigger. He's short. Illawarra quickly want to get things moving up the other end. Audacious 3 in transition from Peterson. Not sure that was the one that Coach Tatum was looking for. Johnson also can't connect.
Oh, it's a lot of threes.
Well, it is, as I mentioned, the JackJumpers are last in, well, equal last in three-point field goal attempts. In fact, both these teams are ninth and last or second last. As McGee down low, those long arms, just reaches from underneath the bucket.
Damon Lowry calls him the pterodactyl. It was like that. He sort of tucked the ball under the wing and then...
Those Inspector Gadget arms that just continue to go out.
Back to a double-digit lead again for the Hawks, who have been very impressive away from home tonight. And they come up with a stop. Peterson rips baseline over the top of Bannon, makes it a 13-point game.
He's a scorer. I don't see the hops that Julia was bragging about earlier, but he's a scorer.
Coach, I was mentioning what the great Matty Campbell was telling us. I've yet to see him. Like I said, they're well hidden.
Basket won't count.
Little
Push off
by Archie Woodhill, his third foul.
Green 15, thank you.
To start to wonder, Copes, whether the lack of personnel and particularly lack of bigs is starting to wear Tasmania down here.
Yeah, Ross is a smart coach, but if you don't have the horses, it's tough in this league because so many great players.
Campbell can't finish off. Bannon's there to clean it up.
Is that 4 on Peterson?
He doesn't like it. I'm not sure. Is it on Peterson or is it on the follow-up? Let's have a look.
4 on Peterson, I do believe.
One only. One only. One only.
Gee, didn't do a lot of
one. Let's go, Josh.
It's one way to slow him down, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hard to score when you're not out there.
That's what I've been telling people for a long time, bro. We get mad when you don't play defense well.
They're hanging around. The Jacks just doing what they have to. They haven't, in this half, it looks like their offense is getting the scoreboard ticking over, but they just still haven't found a reliable way to get stops. And that's going to count, I think.
Called the foul earlier.
One only.
He's having a better third quarter, David Johnson.
Yep, he certainly gathered it. He doesn't think he's made any contact.
I know it looks like he kind of loses it, but it's still the one motion.
Nick Marshall comes out for a short break, you would think. One of their key personnel.
Yeah, Ross trusts him, doesn't he? Plays him major minutes.
And the first box ticked here for Tasmania. They've got it back inside a single-figure margin. It's this end of the floor where the Hawks have just continued to score at will. Hickey, little dump off for Froling. It's as easy as that.
That's that two-headed horse. McGee, the first 5 minutes. And let's go Froling the second 5.
But Johnson's got the ultra green light right now with the personnel out, and he is more than capable. He's showing the full repertoire. That's a nice spin move.
Hickey drew the closeout and just went at his own pace after that.
Used his body so well to create some separation, Copes. He does it well without committing offensive foul.
His pump fake is amazing, though, because he gets his defender in the air, and then he goes by him.
Off the ball, Tiger Campbell. Collision with Peatley. Have a look, top of your screen. Just tries to get in his way.
Not sure you can do that.
Nah.
He hits the bench.
He has a spell.
Benair back into the game. 4 points. Limited minutes tonight for him.
Doubling the big.
That's the price you pay.
That is the price you pay right there. Especially when the way they're passing the ball, you're in trouble if you're not communicating.
Everything at the moment going through either Bannon or Johnson. Trimick wants in on the act. He's been shooting well tonight. 5 of 6 from the field.
This is the best performance all season. He significantly interrupted one with injuries. Hasn't played a lot at all this season, but he's come out firing.
Blanchfield leaves his 3-ball short. Trimick got up ahead before he fell over. Made sure that his team got a good look. Air with the rebound. Johnson, second chance, gets into the paint. Got his own rebound. And eventually, he will shoot free throws.
Well, that'd be frustrating for Illawarra too, because you're looking for those signs of that killer instinct. And to give up 3 offensive rebounds on that one play, sure, Coach Tatum would be happy with that effort.
I did say control the boards, but you got to box out those guards as well. They know that they're lacking in big man size with Ding being out and Magne being out, so they're going to crash the boards.
And they continue to make it nervous for the Illawarra Hawks. They continue to hang around.
They're hard to kill.
They are
JackJumpers.
incredibly hard to kill.
No amount of ant rid or Mortine that can wipe a JackJumper out. They need to stop though. Hickey likes his matchup on Ben Air, turns around and puts it to the bottom of the net.
Got that size, Drewy. Take them little fellas down in the box.
20 points for Josh Bannon. Todd Blanchfield pops one on the elbow.
He just slipped as he tried to inbound it, slipped on a wet spot.
20-5 for Josh Bannon. He's already had 11 double-doubles this season. Here's the Amy replay.
Like you said, that looked like a foul on Crowley. It goes unwhistled, and there you see the slip on the Amy replay.
Three-quarter time on the horizon. 7 seconds on the shot clock for Will Hickey. His pass a little ambitious.
It's a horrible set.
Turnover Hawks. Benner can't score. Bannon with an O-board. Haywood in his first game for the JackJumpers was a little gun shy. Back up to the top. Marshall misses everything.
It really does. He was wide open, and you can almost hear the fans begging him to shoot it. He missed one and wide open 3 left-hand corner in the first half, so perhaps a little tentative.
Tyler Harvey quiet by his lofty standards. And that rattles out. 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting. Air gets to work and finishes off. 6-point game.
Get back in it.
Yep. And they've done this while McGee's been on the bench. McGee was out there and really having a presence to start this third period.
That's nice though. Harvey, Blanchfield, Froling, they combine and they get a much needed bucket.
And when Peterson went out with a 4th foul, that sort of killed the offensive threat that they were working with in that second half, early in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Weeder got downhill and lays it up.
Actually playing bully ball. Bullied his way to the bucket. Saw Hickey do it a couple of plays ago. Look at the numbers. Greeter, perfect 5 of 5, 10 points, a couple of boards.
Can run the end line, Drew.
And an interesting hairdo.
Do you like it?
It's modern.
Would you wear it?
Sure that Cone gets threatened much in his asshole.
Not often. Not often.
No, I like it.
Plus 13 his contribution as well. He's been big off the bench. That is ultra difficult from Ben Air.
He hit those shots, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, Scott Roth was begging him. You heard from Ariana in that first half in the timeout, wanting him to be more aggressive, which is something that you normally don't think of when it comes to Ben Air.
Marshall swings. Haywood on debut. He's off the back of the iron, and Blanchfield puts his head down. Can't score. Ben Air waves everyone off. Tasmania have won the quarter, and they can head to three-quarter time, full of momentum. Marshall.
Slipping all over the place.
Some wet spots to be cleaned up on the floor. Some defensive spots for Illawarra to clean up at three-quarter time as well, but they lead 82-74. Saturday Night Hoops here in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
It's now or never for the JackJumpers to make a run and try to win this ball game at home. And I think it's all going to come down to this man, Josh Bannon. What an incredible game that he's had so far. 20 points, over a handful of rebounds. He averages almost a double-double, and it looks like he's on track to getting that done tonight. So he's not in the ball game right now, but as soon as he checks back in, look for him to stay hot, guys.
He's taken that extra responsibility on, hasn't he, Josh Bannon? Thank you, Ariana.
We had to. We said in the pregame that for them to score a number that can be competitive, he had to have a big one, and he's held up his end of the bargain.
So the JackJumpers are going to have to do this the hard way. Thursday night, Copes at Kudos Bank Arena. They scored 30 points in the fourth quarter, Tasmania. They didn't win. They put a bit of a scare through the Sydney Kings late.
They've done that a couple of times up in Sydney. But by the same, you look at the recent form in the Illawarra in the second half, their last 5 or so games has been strong. And they almost pulled out off a miracle against the Wildcats.
Great hands from McGee.
He's done that a couple of times. So Those long fingers.
Harvey gets to the line.
This would be a concern. If you think of the Illawarra Hawks and their schedule to come, they need a lot more productivity out of Tyler Harvey. Only 2 of 6 tonight with the 4 points coming off the bench, 0 of 4 from threes. If they're going to make a legitimate charge, and even if they do sneak in there, make some noise in the playoffs, they can't do it with Tyler Harvey only having 4 points.
But we've seen that the last couple of years where he's had a bit of a lull in the season, and then he'll come out and knock down 2 or 3 threes, Drew, and before you know it, he's got a 30-piece.
The lead goes back out to 10. Easy bucket there for the Hawks. I think the resume says that Tyler Harvey will come good at the right time of year.
Clever.
He put that one way up, didn't he?
He had to.
He's a big fella, I know you can get up.
Go get this.
How high you can get.
22 and 7, Josh Bannon.
And they're just off. The fact that he's still getting it up, you know, he'll come good, Jack. He will come good.
Well, he's never going to lose confidence. Throughout his time in the NBL, we've seen enough of him that he can turn it around and flick the switch pretty quickly. But right now, he's going through a bit of a funk.
All-NBL first teamer from last season, championship winner. Ben cuts it to 6.
And they got to get Peterson back. I know he's got 4 fouls, but
Harvey with ball in hand. Shot clock at 9. The spin and the finish. That's more like Tyler Harvey.
Yeah. Just about to say, they're not getting much productivity from the guards. Wani's not scoring. Harvey's not scoring.
Came out and then it came off his body. Stop! Stop! Come on in!
There you go. You call for it.
Yes, sir. Now they can't just focus on the big fella down low. You got to worry about inside and outside.
19 points for QJ Peterson, 4 of 9 from deep. We didn't see a lot of him in the third quarter.
Now he's guarding Ben Air. I think this is a time, let's see how much defense he wants to play with those 4 fouls. And test him.
Bannon's done everything else tonight. Oh, no good there.
Yeah, that was a hold. I was going to say that. He just boxed them out. Get in like a little kid, man. He's got to come out.
Maybe not.
Didn't look like he was overly thrilled about coming out of
I know, that's what I'm saying.
86-78, Leonard Copeland, Andrew Gaze, Mariana Prather with you. Saturday Night Hoops, all part of Pride Round here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. As Tiger Campbell goes down off the ball. Earlier tonight, the Phoenix big winners over the Taipans at the State Basketball Centre. 38.3 degrees it was in Melbourne when that game started.
Ooh.
Oh, it was hot in that stadium.
What a great atmosphere. I know it's a smaller gym and they only play a handful of games there, but it's a fun place to play.
Yep.
Great atmosphere.
Here comes Air. Got the rebound and then got one in the chops as well.
By 22, after the release of the shot. Baseline.
So the foul is after the putback, so it'll be a baseline ball.
Gee, I thought it was on Ben Air who was trying to score it as well.
Green, here we go. Right in ground.
Wasn't Ben Air shooting it?
Thought he was.
So there's the foul. Right
No,
there.
afterwards.
There.
Yeah.
It's a foul.
Timeout called, 86-78. This one's about to get interesting.
The only thing, had he landed, had he let it go and landed and then the foul?
Or is the foul before Ben Air got hit? Is the foul
Didn't look like
on Josh Bannon's
well, then he was
layup?
Well,
then
then
he
he should be going to the line.
Yes, that's right.
So I don't think it was. I think the only explanation I can think of is that Ben Air already landed on the ground, then the foul was committed. So it was after the shot.
Josh Bannon, the leading scorer in this game with 22 points. David Johnson has 17. Anthony Drimmick, 13 for Tasmania for Illawarra. QJ Peterson, 19 points. JaVale McGee, 16 to go with his 7 rebounds. Sam Froling, 14 points in 15 minutes tonight as well.
How good has Drimmick been off the bench, though? I mean, that's a player that hadn't done anything all year.
$86-78. There's our leading scorers in the game. Josh Bannon has 22 to top of the pops tonight. The role of Anthony Drimmick off the bench as well, Copes, is one that you've liked?
Absolutely. They were not expecting him to score like that, but he's been efficient, knocking down jump shots and playing good defense.
Oh, this is real nervous minutes now for the Illawarra Hawks. They've led almost for the vast majority of it. And now it is a genuine contest.
They go back to McGee because it's worked all night. Dispossessed. Spent too long in the key. These JackJumpers are starting to bite, and they're biting hard.
And look at Roth going up on the sideline.
Well, they've transformed their defense. They gave up 60 points in the first half and only 26 so far in the second. Here's the Amy replay. And it's Johnson coming off a nice set, gets it to sneak in the left-hand side.
Can't go under the screen on that. He's a shooter.
Yeah, got to lock and trail and run him off the three-point line.
24 lead changes in the game.
Gee.
Johnson's pass picked off immediately by Peterson.
I love when guys do that.
It was a good effort.
I know, it was a great effort.
He got it away.
Yeah.
He's begging for it, boy. How rarely do you see referees give him that, though?
It needs to be obvious.
Well, he was shooting the ball, but it was just maybe a hair late.
Good little battle of the just 6-footers, Ben Air and QJ Peterson. Here's the quarter-by-quarter breakdown. Illawarra led by as much as 15 points in the second, 13 for a decent period of the third quarter. Oh, great find for McGee.
You got to worry about him coming off the screen.
You help
pulling up, and when you help,
yeah,
he drops it off. That's why you have to be a threat from the outside to feed that inside.
He's the first player this season to make 50 dunks, so he's been productive around the rim. Oh, that's going to count. That hit the backboard.
Yep.
Now, whether or not he gathered the ball, but here it is here, he's gathered it, so there's the foul. Goes up, hits the board. That should be an N1.
I think it will be. Huh?
What?
He hit the backboard.
And clearly. Is that not reviewable?
You're asking the wrong guy. I cannot tell you from lead, Nick, okay? I can't tell you from lead, mate.
Gee, they got the benefit of the doubt that time, the Illawarra Hawks.
All of a sudden, the pressure factor in this game has risen significantly.
Wow.
Johnson goes 1 of 2. 6-point lead of the Hawks. Third meeting of the season. And the two so far have been close ones. Dan Green has been fabulous tonight.
He has been.
And that's been a problem for the Hawks the entire game, the penetration and the good cutting by Illawarra. They've been able to find the guys cutting to the bucket. It's a way off by Bannon.
1 of 5, Josh Bannon. Missed it hurt at the other end if McGee can capitalise with a score of his own. Greeta's foul.
Other side. Tyler, sorry.
5 minutes and 9 seconds still remaining at MyState Bank Arena. Peterson off the inbound.
Yeah. Just needed to string a couple together. Just continue to put that scoreboard pressure on it because you no confidence. And how easy is that? Ben Air just strolling to the bucket.
12 points, 5 of 8 shooting for Ben Air. He's been a big part of the comeback. Still work to be done though for Tasmania. Peterson winds that clock down. It's at 6. Greeta for McGee, scores with 1 to come.
Wow. And Walk was begging for that 3 seconds in the lane.
Again, it's they just haven't been able to solve that problem, and it's understandable why. Because there's any sort of help, and the help is required. But with McGee with the size advantage, you just throw it to him, and it's a relatively easy bucket for him.
20 points, 7 rebounds. JaVale McGee has been a monumental presence tonight.
Well, we spoke about the lack of size, and you can get 20, 21 from McGee and 14 from Frawling. That's hard to match up with when you don't have Magnay or Dean in that lineup.
They're going to find something here, Tasmania. As gallant as they've been all night. Bannon goes to work over Frawling. That's 24 for Josh Bannon.
There's real confusion about what sets they want to get to.
Hickey misses. Offensive rebound and score from Frawling.
I enjoy when he comes off that screen, the fact that he can drag the 5-man and the guard, puts the other guys in a position where they have to rotate.
Great D from Illawarra. They force Tasmania to swing and swing again. Air unsuccessful. Hickey a little wild with it. An unneeded turnover for the Hawks.
Yeah, he's been pretty good in this one. But throughout the course of the season, he's had some big turnover games. It's only his second in this contest, and they've been pretty good overall, 10. JackJumpers have been exceptional, only 4 turnovers in the contest. Oh, just as I said that, a critical one.
No good by Harvey. Huge rebound by Frawling. Harvey in the corner.
What's the big rush? Get a good shot. The clock is your friend.
When they've been having such success in the on-ball screens and getting to the rim and roll, and they take a bad shot, and the JackJumpers continue to hang around.
A turnover first and then a bad shot, so.
7-point deficit for Tasmania. Justin Tatum calls a tangerine timeout to have a chat about things with 2 minutes and 46 seconds remaining. And the Hawks with a couple of turnovers and their shot selection have been a little questionable, have almost kept Tasmania in this game a little bit. Let's take a listen to Justin Tatum.
Let's, we got you. I got P here. Davo, you in. QJ, T-Raw, Horn small, going right down here. All right, I'll swap. You hold that corner. Davo, you got it. QJ, space it on out. He come down here. Curl, if he got it, even if you got the rip, you can go ahead. All right? If he got it, 2-man game on that side. Hold it here. They can't help off you. You just going to set a down screen for T-Rock. Davo gets it here. Down screen come. If you don't get it, you open up. Davo, you got the rip. They can't help on swap and stop.
Win on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Win, let's go. Hey.
We couldn't see the board, but I think it's pretty much what we've been seeing all night in its spreading the floor, getting guys in positions and letting Davo Hickey make the penetration, drawing the help, and if there's no help, Hickey can finish it. If he draws the help, the drop-off pass to the big is where they've feasted this evening.
Didn't he say something about horns as well? I think they'll start off in the horns.
Yeah, all that's a bit of misdirection to get to the point of getting it to Davo Hickey. And they counter with a zone. Have they They counter with a zone out of the timeout. So Scott Roth just throws something different.
He's always got something up his sleeve. Scott Roth, Ariana, you were taking a listen to him.
That's right. You guys heard from Justin Tatum while I was sneaking in on Scott Roth, and he told his team to stay aggressive and to keep attacking. But I love the way that they're breaking down every single time they leave a huddle. They're saying together. That's the key word for the JackJumpers. That's what they've been going off of all night long, and I love how they have been doing exactly that, sticking together and making sure that they stay united despite the scoreboard, guys.
Yeah, they need to do that. Davo Hickey, 64% on the season. He made about only one that time.
Have you got your Disney Plus subscription?
Oh, my word.
If you haven't, scan that QR code. There's one of 10 12-month subscriptions up for grabs. A couple of misses in a row for Tasmania, he copes.
Just slow it down. Make sure you get a good shot.
And also, your clock's your friend at the moment.
Wind it down to 7. Peterson for Hickey, the no-look for McGee.
Lovely, lovely.
It's back out to 10, and that might just be the breathing space that they need now, the Hawks.
Need quick buckets now if the JackJumpers. And a 3-ball in particular.
Yep, run him up that 3-point line if you can.
It has to be Nick Marshall.
But he's been incredible. The last 3 rounds, as you mentioned, what was it, 11 of 16 from 3. Extraordinary.
The score here will ice the game for Illawarra with 1:20 left.
And they stay with the 2-3 zone.
Peterson misses out.
Right.
There's a pulse here for Tasmania. Tiger Campbell doesn't get it done. Swakala Bullock.
Bad shot.
Why is everyone thinking you got to score so quickly? Move the ball around, use the clock, get a good shot.
Swakala Bullock going for the knockout blow, but you didn't need to. Have a look at this. McGee trying to come over the back. And foul on Josh Bannon.
And that's probably what McGee is saying. Man, move that ball around. We don't have to shoot it so quickly.
JackJumpers timeout. This is an interesting exchange. Tensions are high.
It happens.
Absolutely. And sometimes it can look a little bit more discombobulated than it actually is. And it's just, you know, that you're providing some direct feedback at a critical time.
Sometimes there's going to be too many coaches on the floor.
You know, we don't see that sort of intensity when the Globetrotters come out here, but you'll see a lot more fun, a lot more laughs.
They turn that frown upside down, the Harlem Globetrotters, don't they? When they come to town.
They do.
Great family show, 100 years. Grab your tickets, and I would suggest that you grab them fast.
Well, I've been on the broadcast the last couple of nights, and I've asked my fellow colleague if they were there. And I'm sure Jory's old enough to be at that first one.
He had his 30th there.
Hey, we've got some history here. I mentioned this a little while ago. The great Ray Tomlinson, 1972 and 76 Olympics. He went on tour for a year with the Globetrotters, but he was part of the Generals. So he had to.
So he lost.
Cop a bit of a whooping for 12 months, but he was part of it.
That's what's ahead of us tomorrow. Sydney and Adelaide first up at Kudos Bank Arena, then Perth and Melbourne at RAC Arena. A Sunday that will shape the Mitsubishi Motors ladder.
I do believe you guys are in Sydney tomorrow.
We are?
Yeah,
Lucky
can't
you.
wait.
We're on the road.
Cannot wait.
Must score off this possession. And that does a lap. It jumps out for Ben Air. Peatling comes up with it. The Jack Jumpers have to play the foul game from here.
It was just, at the end, it's just too many points. Giving up what's probably going to be 100 plus.
They're missing too many.
Without this firepower that's injured, it's always going to be a tough ask. Now, they came very close. Grimmick was good. He's going to check back in this last 47 seconds. And they got real solid performances from Josh Bannon in particular. Ben Air, solid 12 points, and Johnson with the 21. But it was just, to me, when you look at this roster here, it's hard to see how they're going to get more than 100 to win.
I guess the other side of that, we spoke about this off the top, is they only allow 84 points a game in Tasmania. And just perhaps that lack of rim protection with Will Magnay copes and that sort of last line defender, whether they've been caught short a little bit tonight on that front.
Absolutely.
And it's just a bit too reactive early on. They weren't able to set the tempo. And 60 points, Illawarra got in their comfort zone in that first half.
Jay Peterson got hot.
Now have a look at this. This is a mattress race. Three-quarter time at My State Bank Arena. So you go in teams.
One guy
dive forward.
This guy fell off the mattress. Missed
up.
Oh, come on. Now, come on. Come on.
Shaggy boy.
You just got to be able to hit the mattress.
He's missed the runway.
Jeez.
Wow. You had one job.
That's it. Oh, well, chin up. Maybe next time.
Come back next week. Work on your mattress diving skills.
You won't be sliding on no more of my mattresses, son. You just stay in the stands, bro.
Yeah, but this stage of the season is going to mean absolutely nothing, but certainly an honourable mention for the Jack Jumpers tonight. They didn't quit on this game. They kept fighting and not completely out of it, but odds well and truly stacked against them at this point in time.
They needed that Ben Air 3 to go down, didn't they? Off that last possession. Needless to say, a score and a quick one. Needless to say, that is suboptimal for Tasmania. And now it's time to start the car.
Like we said, this is a double points game for the Illawarra Hawks, because not only do they get the win, but give the team they're trying to hunt down, the Tasmania Jack Jumpers, another loss.
Here's the Hawks' next 5 games. That's a tough next 5, Joe. Well,
if they're still alive after that,
yeah.
They win 3 of their next 5.
Yeah, well, you know, the Brisbane game's a highly winnable game. You'd suspect that they might have Shook Deng back soon, so that'll add and help their cause.
100 up for Illawarra. And it's been a big win for them tonight. And a bit of holding going on.
This last minute has gone 8 minutes.
You on the clock, Coach?
No, but I'm
got somewhere to be.
Oh, well, bro, it is Saturday night.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no, weather's nice.
The Apple Isle will never be the same.
People in town for the tennis.
Campbell blocked by Peatling. They're going to play this one all the way to the end, Illawarra.
That's true. Now, the Illawarra Hawks coach are going to get this win, but
It wasn't pretty.
it hasn't instilled great confidence that they're back on track.
I was going to say the same thing. They got the win.
They did what they had to do.
They need some work to do.
Buys them a bit more time.
Especially with their schedule coming up, Jack. They need more work. They don't look as together as they should be. They're not as dominant as they should have been in this game.
For sure. Somehow or other, they've got to find a way to get Tyler Harvey back on track.
There's a point there where they led by 15 points and seemed as though they were going to absolutely blow Tasmania away, but not to be the case. Importantly, though, for Illawarra, they handle their business. The equation for the Hawks was a simple one. Go to Tasmania and win. Keep your playoff chances alive. And they've done that tonight. 101 to 91. They get the job done over Tasmania at MyState Bank Arena. And their season's got a pulse.
No, it certainly has. And that the big fella, he set the tone in the middle early on. And when it was down, getting tight, he came up with some big buckets. JaVale McGee. But they, like, I think the best thing we can say about him, and he's our footlocker player of the game. Look at the numbers, 5 of 10.
9 of 10, Joy.
Excuse me, what did I say? 9 of 10, apologies. 8 rebounds, 23 points. And they tick the box, but still got plenty of work to do.
Yeah, you're right, 100%. They were dominant enough to win, but they're going to play against teams that are a little bit more stronger, and can play better defense. So I think they still got some work to do.
Here's what's coming up for them. Important as well. So they play Monday against the Brisbane Bullets in Brisbane. The Bullets have had their struggles for the season. Sydney away, Perth home, Adelaide home. The next three, next three after Brisbane is make or break.
Tough.
Yeah, when you think of it, yeah, a minimum of 5 they've got to get, I would think, of those remaining games. So it's hard to see it.
Well, they get one tonight. Winners by 10 points over Tasmania. We're going to come back and wrap it up after this. All smiles for the Hawks. They win tonight, 101-91 over Tasmania at MyState Bank Arena. JaVale McGee, the star of the show, 23 points and 8 rebounds. They spread the scoring around. 5 scorers in double figures, Andrew Gaze.
Yep.
It's a win that they just had to have, the Hawks.
It certainly is, and they put up 101 points, and they did it at a healthy clip as well, 56% from the field. Now, they were poor from the three-point line. They haven't been great, 6 of 25 for 24%. Did a solid job on the board, so without being spectacular, they did what they had to do.
27 assists is what stands out to me. They pass the ball, they move the ball around, but they're always going to be great because when JackJumpers come in losing 38 points and 17 rebounds because guys were injured, they did a good job in staying in the game.
So here's the Mitsubishi Motors ladder. Starting to make a little bit more sense as far as the top 3 is concerned. Melbourne United play Perth tomorrow in 4v5. We've got 1v3 as well with Sydney and Adelaide. The JackJumpers starting to feel a little nervous at 12 and 16 in 6th place.
Yeah, they need 3 more wins somewhere in their remaining schedule, and you can see that happening despite the challenges they face. But with the talent they've got, it's hard to see whoever finishes in 5th. It's hard to see them making any real noise in the playoffs with such an unfortunate run of injuries that they've had to face.
Cairns and New Zealand next week is the assignments for the JackJumpers. They travel to Cairns and then they play New Zealand after that. Will Magnay meeting the newlyweds as well. Isn't that fantastic?
That is fantastic. Now, your boys have lost. Now go on home and just enjoy yourself. I'm giving you the permission.
Oh, I'm getting that back before you go any further with that. Here's what's coming up tomorrow. There is the happily married couple. They legitimately, if you have just joined us, got married today and then went straight to the game. No such shenanigans tomorrow.
What?
Well, based on what I'm saying, he's happy she's married. I don't know whether it's
sounds awfully familiar.
Yes. The Kings, though, this one's going to be an absolute beauty. The 2 best players, I think, in the competition right now going head-to-head. It's going to be fun. And the Perth Wildcats, they still a legitimate chance to get into that top 4. So a must-win for them. And Melbourne United, have they turned the corner? Have they re-established their dominance?
Have they found it? They're close.
Well, we'll see tomorrow.
A good look at things tomorrow. Can't wait for a massive Super Sunday of Sunday hoops. Big thanks to Leonard Copeland, Andrew Gaze, to Ariana Prather, of course, nailing it courtside, and to all of the team behind the scenes who nail it each and every night. Thank you for being with us. It's the Hawks who win by 10. We'll see you tomorrow for a massive day of hoops.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.